coward in your last fight with all that shit you was talking. So remember that. And I was fighting, you ran like a bitch. Your last fight, you ran like a bitch. Go sleep. That's it. That's it. That's it. Like I said, I'm the wild card in the middleweight division. My experience, he don't even know what he got coming. Yeah, I know. You've been admiring me for all them years. You've been admiring me for all those years. I feel you. I know. Times. Handful of times. A handful of times. Handful of times. Handful of times. So listen. Listen, bro. We could put 10 racks on it. We can put 10 racks on it. 10 racks.
I want to see somebody say, yeah. In the post-fight, I want to see either Gabriel Rosado or Luis Arias say, yeah, he gave me my bread. Look at Brandon Rios. Look at Big Baby Miller. It's not a great card. It's a good card, a solid card, a showcase card. Let's go look at it a little bit. It's this weekend on the Zone. Big Baby Miller, after just fighting a month ago, actually he'd be stepping in the ring after fighting. Yeah, it was a month ago, less than a month ago. Big Baby Miller versus Borjan Dinu. It's very, very close to being for the WBA world title, regular title. So it's considered to be a world championship. So Big Baby Miller will be likely winning, hopefully, his first championship. However, Dinu, it's not enough footage out there of him, and he not let's wait and see. Right now, it is November the 14th, 2018, 8:29 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You have Gabriel Rosado versus Luis Arias, but likely the co-main event will. Here's how the card will go. It'll likely open up. Well, it's the Zone, so it's going to be on. It's streaming all the time. But here's what the running order is likely going to be for the main fights. It's likely going to be Rosado versus Arias, Rios versus Canelo brother Roman Alvarez, Shields versus Rankin, and then Miller versus Dinu. But both of these fighters need the win for different reasons. Obviously, that's how boxing is. For example, when you look at Luis Arias, he wants to erase what happened with him and Danny Jacobs. He didn't put on a good performance to his eyes, but a lot of people going into that fight was looking at him like, well, he's a little too green at that point in time for Danny Jacobs. So the thing is, even though he took that L, he still got an upside. You see what I'm saying? It's like, you know how they have, like, if you play like 2K or a sports game, they have like the green arrow and like the red arrow. His green arrow, even though it was a little high, it didn't go down that much. You see what I'm saying? So people was looking at that Danny Jacobs loss like, all right, he's still good though. Work on some shit. He can be out there and a contender at 160 pounds, 18 and 1 with 9 KOs. You may remember him from having that shit with Floyd Mayweather when Floyd did that nut ass shit. Floyd, I always said that Floyd the type of person that you don't want to take nothing from for real, because once he start giving you shit, then he can just talk to you any other type of way and then take that shit back from you. All you gotta do is go Google Luis Arias and Floyd Mayweather. These fights right here, Scott Sigmund, Arif Magomedov, Danny Jacobs, and now Gabe Rosado, it's a solid building of a resume, especially when you look back on where he could possibly be. Here, let me zoom in a little bit more. Where he could possibly be in a couple of years or so. Now, obviously, I don't think he can beat a Canelo or nothing like that. Not now. I don't think he could beat a Danny Jacobs or anything, but it's going to be really interesting to see how he looks against Gabriel Rosado, who, despite the 11 losses, he always sells and he's always in big fights, every couple of years. And he's only, about 32 years old? 33? 32? He's going to be 33 in January from Philly. Funny story with him and Billy Briscoe. Crazy story. This is obviously before I almost died a few times, but almost for real died earlier this year. Check this shit out. Y'all seen it? Y'all seen it? I'm going to get a tattoo on this shit. People have been telling me to get a tattoo. But long story short, I had just got out the hospital, and I shouldn't have went down there. I was stinking and everything. I just literally got out the hospital. You never have a press conference this big in Philly. So it was him, not him, Danny Garcia versus Samuel Vargas. So, funny story with that. Then I saw him down again. His trainer, Billy Briscoe, I saw him down again down Reading Terminal in the market, like a little, farmer's market type deal, downtown. And I'm looking, I'm like, is that motherfucker? But I was ordering some lunch meat. Then I saw him again, and I got to talk to him again. No, I got to talk to him again. But originally, this card was supposed to be in Atlantic City. And everyone was talking about at the last minute, they moved it out to Kansas. Because Brandon Rios is from there, and also another guy on the undercard that we're going to be watching, Nico Hernandez is right. He's from there, correct? So yeah. Good thing about the DAZN is their fights. I don't know what people have been talking about, in regards to them having issues with the streaming quality. I've had not one issue whatsoever. Not one. Not one. And I do like how it's filling up with content. ESPN Plus, they got to get their interface together. That shit. And I understand that ESPN Plus is not just for boxing fans, but it's a pain in the ass to navigate. Showtime Anytime has always been around, very underrated. Very, very underrated. Especially with the fact that their on-demand library of fights is more deeper than what you can get on your on-demand on TV, which pisses me off a little bit. But nonetheless, Showtime, I have smart TVs everywhere, so I got Showtime Anytime on anything. But still, if you have cable, the same on-demand library, what am I rating for about this shit? Long story short, I think that Luis Arias versus Gabriel Rosado, out of all the fights this weekend, is one of the most interesting of fights because there's a crossroads in the way of where does Gabriel Rosado goes. Because if he takes a loss, then how much damage does it really do to him? Because a lot of people are already saying he's the underdog, but also a very live dog as well in any fight, especially since he's not cutting anymore because he had some scar tissue issues. We'll see, though. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe. The card's going to start at about 6 p.m. Eastern on the DAZN. Here, let's go check real quick. That's what I got this shit for, right? Let's go check. I am tired, though. I'm sleeping.
Presenting Phil,
Hold
Mr. Wonderful.
Hold on. All loud for nothing. Yeah, 6 p.m.
Very, very, very difficult to beat. Ladies and gentlemen, headlining this card, Big Baby Miller.
He's come in with mean intentions tonight.
He's ready now, I believe, for a shot at the world title.
All right, we out. We'll see y'all later.